This isn't the end. Another dream is waiting to begin.
Another week, another Crystal Mission Quest. Hey guys, this is my run on this week's Crystal Mission Quest in DFFOO Global. I'm actually pretty close to mastering the entire Crystal Mission board, and I think just one more Crystal Mission Quest next week should be able to do it. This week they gave us a rerun of Enna Kros intersecting wheels event, and this fight is pretty simple, I have to say. There is really only one mechanic in this fight, where as the bosses go through several force thresholds, they will buff themselves with a frame buff called Barrier, and that buff reduces all your brave damage done to 1 essentially. Alongside normal mechanics, the buff will also be dispelled anytime you break the bosses, so there's really many ways to get around it. You could use dispellers to get rid of the frame buffs, you could use characters who can instant or force break the enemies, or you can use also characters that can cheat out HP damage, such as Setzer or Quina, because in that case it doesn't really matter how much brave damage that you do. Finally, you can also of course use characters that specialize in rainbow brave damage that will bypass the buff. I wanted to max out the white crystal room this week, so what I did is simply use Arciela's BT plus aura, where while her BT is up, the enemies cannot gain new buffs, essentially completely negating the barrier buff that they can grant. This means that while Arciela's BT is up, there virtually is no mechanics at all on this stage, so you're just punching through 2 bosses and the fight should end pretty quickly. They don't have a lot of HP to begin with. Being White Crystal, the main damage dealer and also Force Gauge Charger to boot that I'm using here is Deuce. She actually does pretty nice damage in her own BT mode due to her attacker full up attack. Finally, the third party member I use here is Enna Kros, but really anyone with access to Force Echoes will do. The only function Enna Kros has really in this stage is provide some aura support from her BT, as well as of course helping to charge the force bonus through use of her Force Echoes. So you can use anyone else. I did also try this run with General Leo instead of Enna Kros, and that also worked out well enough. It's just that I felt that there's no need to use General Leo because his follow-up attack just prolongs the fight, so I decided to rerun with Enna Kros instead. If you don't have her, just put in anyone else with access to Force Echoes and you should be good. Sarah is also another good option because not only does she provide some very nice auras, she also provides additional debuffs that Arciela's BT can make use of. If you're using this strat, the only thing you need to pay heed is to ensure that Arciela starts first, so that she can immediately get her BT aura going and deny the bosses from buffing themselves with barrier. That's because at 10% force gauge, the first barrier will be granted. So if Arciela can enter BT plus before then, you are good to go. The rest of the fight is pretty straightforward. I spend 1 round of turns getting everyone's BT aura up, and when Deuce's turn comes by, I have her just charge the force gauge until I'm at 100%, and then I pass back the turn to Arciela to enter force time. Now you could also enter Deuce's force time, but I kinda like Arciela, so I just went with that. And it's extremely easy to build a force gauge bonus in Arciela's force time, as you'll soon see. I popped summon here really just to save on the turn count, otherwise the turn count will be a few turns higher. You don't really have to pop summon if you don't want to, but I realized that the bosses die pretty easily in Deuce's BT mode, so might as well just save on the turn count here.
渉しない範囲で。僕だってきついの言っとく。はあ、あまり頼っちゃダメよ。まだまだ遠慮はしません。盛り上がってきたわね。やってやる。干渉しない範囲で。僕だってきついの言っとく。はあ、あまり頼っちゃダメよ。そこ。覚悟はいいですか。聞いてください。さあ頑張ろう。開演します。準備 OK。 やったね。いるでしょ。素晴らしいです。まだまだ。行きます。
And that's it. I'm starting Deuce BT Mode with 8 turns of force remaining and I'm already at 835%. The first thing you should do in BT Mode is to use Concerto. This brings the force gauge bonus to a whopping 970%, and you have pretty much the rest of her BT Mode completely melting the bosses down. That's it. Pretty simple crystal mission quest. As always, I hope the videos will be helpful, and if you enjoy the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe. Till then, I will see you guys in next week's crystal mission quest. Bye!
May the light forever shine upon us.